It seems like most celebrities are liars, but I mean, I guess you can do anything you want with that kind of money. I'm your host, Michaela, and today I'll be talking about the top 10 times people have lied about being billionaires. And make sure to subscribe because it really helps us out. But now let's get started. Number 10, Kylie Jenner. The US Business magazine estimated Jenner's net worth at $1 billion and claims she was the world's youngest self-made billionaire at the age of 21 in March 2019. Forbes later released a statement accusing the makeup mogul of forging tax documents so she would appear to be a billionaire, and claims she fabricated revenue figures for her cosmetics business, KYLIE Cosmetics. Jenner seemed taken aback by the claims and tweeted that the magazine had published, quote, inaccurate statements and unproven assumptions, and denied forging any documents. The magazine adds that a more realistic accounting of her personal fortune puts it at just under $900 million, which is still a lot of money, but it's not a billion. Number 9, Sean Kingston. The Jamaican-American singer achieved fame as soon as he stepped into the limelight when he released the single Beautiful Girls. Since then, it's fair to assume people haven't heard a whole lot about Sean, who's still trying to recreate that success. Well, back then, being one of the biggest stars around, you'd think it would be easy for him to try and impress beautiful girls. You'd think he'd have women falling at his feet due to his superstar status. Perhaps he did, but Sean still played fast and loose with the truth and still felt he needed to add to his image. He was found out lying to a date when he revealed to the paparazzi that he'd owned a sports car given to him by Justin Bieber. They later discovered after some digging that Bieber had only lent him the wheels for a matter of days. Probably to impress his date, but we're not sure. Number 8, Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker was once one of Hollywood's top men. Once upon a time, he was ranking it in. At the height of his powers, he was earning $25 million for films like Rush Hour 3, despite that film being a major flop. His comedic timing and general funny man persona meant he was loved by one and all. The once bankable star, despite still living the high life, soon went broke. He blames this on a number of things. Firstly, he had tax problems and had to shell out millions to the tax man. But secondly, he became a born-again Christian. This meant that he became very choosy with the roles that were offered to him. Almost all were too inappropriate for him and didn't sit well with him on his mission of wanting to be closer to God. But many would say he's been using this as an excuse and that he's been lying about this aspect of his lifestyle. He said he was going to keep his comedy clean, but anyone who's seen his work recently would know that that's not the case. Number 7, Britney Spears. Britney Spears was a superstar singer who ruled the pop world during the late 90s and early 2000s. And today she's still around doing her thing, but has gone through plenty of issues since her initial rise to fame. And it's safe to say that she's no longer the pop princess she once was. There are plenty of people who say that everything about Britney Spears is fake. From her look to her voice, music, lifestyle, and just overall personality, everything about Britney is an illusion for the media. After her golden period, she went on a hiatus, and that's when she was dealing with plenty of things. When Sam Lutfi was her manager, she was still acting like a pop princess, but was seriously hemorrhaging money. She was hardly earning during this time, but was spending what cash she had on anything and everything. Cars, homes, shopping, you name it, she splurged on it. Britney was broke, yet was spending a whopping $700,000 a month. She was caught when it was discovered her dad had to step in and help her get a grip. Number 6, Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton has been caught faking an aspect of her persona. Well, she was caught because she chose to come out with it herself and reveal everything. We probably all know that Paris lives a life of luxury. She's an heiress to a fortune and is basically famous for being famous and flaunting her cash. Kinda like the Kardashians. But there's an aspect of her lifestyle that she has faked. Remember when Paris Hilton first did reality TV along with her best buddy Nicole Richie? They were a part of the simple life in the early 2000s. And it's fairly self-explanatory from the title, it's about the two getting to grips with the normal life, so-called simple life. Nicole was the troublemaker and Paris portrayed the young, dumb, ditzy blonde. Apparently, it was all staged. Paris was asked to portray that character and due to the success of the show, went along with it for the next 5 years. Number 5, 50 Cent. If you think about some of the wealthiest rappers in the world, you'd have to assume that 50 Cent would feature on that list. He's had a string of successful hit singles, was a movie star, boxing promoter, and can add businessman to that list too. But some of his business decisions and financial planning have gone south, leaving 50 Cent in debt. At one point he was broke and filed for bankruptcy. It was then that we realized that the whole image he was portraying and the lifestyle he claimed to be leading at the time was fake. He also had other money issues too, and was ordered to pay back some of his debts because it was thought, judging by his lifestyle, that he could afford to do so. That's when he pulled back the curtain and revealed his lifestyle was an illusion. His gold chains were recycled, cars were rentals, and he lied about placing $1 million bets on boxing fights, and the list just goes on and on and on. Number 4, Sean Combs. This guy is probably the only other person person who can rival Jay-Z. When it comes to the money side of things, Sean Combs has earned his fortune as a rapper, singer, songwriter, actor, record producer, and entrepreneur. He's made some savvy decisions and it's led to him acquiring a vast sum of wealth. It seems like rappers just love lying about private jets they supposedly own. Combs can certainly afford his own private jet, and does have one now, one that's actually his. But even he, once upon a time, lied about owning a private jet. He once said that he owned one but didn't use it regularly because of the sky-high prices of fuel. I mean, accurate, but it wasn't true. At the time he said that, of course people began doing some digging. And it wasn't long before it was discovered that he had rented a jet by the hour and didn't actually own one. Number 3, Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan has been through a lot, and she's still relatively young. But as she rose through the ranks and got older, she struggled to deal with the fame, fortune, and everything that being a celebrity entails. Her downward spiral was dramatic, and she's still struggling to find her feet again on the Hollywood scene. Although it was evident she was going through numerous problems, Lindsay tried to hide it as best she could, although she didn't do a very good job at it. She was broke and filed for bankruptcy, yet she was still living in her plush accommodation, dining in seriously fancy restaurants, etc. She has also been caught lying about other aspects of her life, many think just to keep herself relevant in the eyes of the media. Wild stories about her crop up time and time again, and sources close to Lindsay have revealed they're all lies. Number 2, Chloe Khan. Nowadays, you really can become a celebrity for doing anything, so as long as your face gets picked up, you get a little bit of popularity, you can build upon that. That's exactly what Chloe Khan did. She may not be too familiar to those outside of the UK, but on British shores, she's created quite a name for herself. Her rise to fame began when she unsuccessfully auditioned for the show The X Factor. Now, most people would just disappear after achieving their 5 minutes of fame, but not Chloe. She gained a bit of popularity and this just grew. She then achieved fame after dating John Gray, and subsequently becoming the face of the chain of clubs. Chloe has also achieved webcam success and has launched a premium social club fans-only site. She's been dubbed the Millionaire Princess, but her luxurious lifestyle is all an illusion. For example, she claims she owns a mansion. It's been discovered, however, that the mansion consists of apartments, and she only rents out one of them. She's told people the fancy car she owns was bought with her hard-earned cash. Then she told other people it was a freebie for promotion purposes. Now coming in at number 1, Justin Bieber. If anyone in the singing profession could afford to buy a private jet, it'd be Justin Bieber. The guy's been continuously racking it in from a relatively young age, and he's one of the highest paid singers around. He's also someone who loves to splash on the cash. What he spent with his money on is a subject that often warrants plenty of attention from the media. He spent his cash on the usual things such as parties, cars, and houses, and I suppose buying a private jet is usual when it comes to a superstar singers in his line of work. Or he wanted everybody to think so anyway. Posting a picture one Christmas casually announcing he bought himself a little Christmas present in the shape of a private jet. But as soon as he posted that photo, TMZ began doing their homework. They discovered that the jet was basically a rental, and it wasn't long before people began getting on his back. But that is all, thanks for watching.